Mic check, mic check. All right. This episode is brought to you by the Therapy album, my debut album. The album that got. Let me start this shit over again. Ugh. All right. This episode is brought to you by the Therapy album, my debut album, the album that got the wheels going for me. Join me in celebrating the 1 year anniversary from its release on December 18th by streaming it on the platform of your choice. That's the Therapy album by Rob D. Or find me on Instagram at Rob D Music and click the link in my bio to get you started. All right. Um, I guess I'll go ahead and just get the. I think this will be the last COVID um, update that I'll be giving. As far as symptoms go, let's see. I just think all whatever it is that I'm feeling that I'm letting you know right now is basically I think it's just gonna linger for a while. Um, Symptoms. I I don't really have a sore throat. I wake up with a sore throat, but it's because I think I'm still congested and I can't breathe. But it's not all day anymore. I do have a cough. I do have congestion. Um, and I don't think that's going away anytime soon. I don't know. I hope it is. I don't want to sound negative, but I don't know. It's just lingering. Headaches, man. Headaches, they come and go. Um, but I can say that I've had them every day still. Thank God the body aches are gone, so no body aches. Um, st- my appetite and the whole stomach thing, it's still there. Yeah. I'm still learning how to adapt to this new thing. I've been told I lost weight, but I don't think this is the best way of losing weight. Because I'm hungry, and the idea of being hungry lasts longer than actually eating. I know it's almost like my stomach and my brain aren't communicating, if that makes any sense. So I'll think I'm hungry, but then the thought of eating, my stomach kind of like, I get a little nauseous. I get a little like, ugh. And so I have to wait to get over that. Meanwhile, my brain's like, hey, I thought I told you we were hungry. Like, what are you doing? So I think there's something up there too. Um, Let me see. Headaches. Oh, that brain fog is a motherfucker too, man. Um, I don't know. Again, I don't want to sound negative, but I don't think that shit's going anywhere anytime soon. De por sí, ando menso, and then add this shit to it. Um, what else? What else? Mental fog, headaches, the stomach thing. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and the congestion thing. Um, I I feel like I have an infinite amount of mucus without getting into detail and grossing everybody out. Let's just say, I if anybody is in need of mucus, hit me up because I got the supply you guys need. I don't know if that made sense, but you know what I mean. It's gross, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon either. But I don't know. I'm gonna try not to sound negative. It's just it's what it feels. Oh, and one more thing too. The whole resetting thing hasn't changed. Um, I'll feel away and I'll feel like I got better, and then the next day there's no telling. There's no telling. I get reset back, and I'm like, okay, it is what it is. This is what I have to deal with. At least I'm not stuck in a hospital. At least I made it out of this whole COVID thing for the most part. Tested negative already, but yeah, lingering is how I can describe, you know, this whole COVID thing after it's all said and done. Lingering. You're not at 100%. Well, me. I can only speak about my experience. I do not feel at 100%. Um, I do drink. I am a drinker. And ever since this whole COVID thing, I have not craved a drink. I have not craved a cigar. I have not craved anything, nor can I see myself, in the, I don't wouldn't say forever, but I'm not craving a drink. I'm not craving any alcohol. I'm not craving anything. I'm just, I just want to get better. I just want to get better and but yeah, drinking in the near future, I don't see it happening, which is, which I mean, I'm not an alcoholic or anything like that, but it's crazy, coming from me because, any chance, during the weekends, I try to have a drink or two or three or four, whatever to loosen up, but it's not in the plans, man. Alcohol is not in my plans. Not feeling it, and I'm okay with that. I don't need it. I don't depend on it, so I'm fine with that. Oh, the dreams have finally stopped. Um, um, yeah, I would say since last episode. No, I probably had like one or two afterwards. But then, yeah, I'm glad to say that they've stopped because man, they were fucking with my head. Um, and the whole sensitive what's it called, like the emotionally sensitivity part, it still comes and goes too. It's still, prominent. For the most part I do feel it. I feel, like I said last time, like when I'm happy, I get a lot of joy, and when I'm not happy, I get a lot of that. So it's everything is still, on very sensitive levels. Something good happens, something bad happens, and I don't know, man. I don't think I'm this negative, but I don't think I've been this positive either. So like when something good happens, I'm like, "Yay, life!" And when something bad happens, I'm like, "Fuck this," "Fuck that person," and da 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 da, like in my head. And but yeah, overall, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could hear my voice. We are doing way better, and I don't think you guys have. So from now on, if you guys do hear anything, any pauses, coughs, I don't really sneeze that much, but clearing throats and just brain farts, you know, you know where that's coming from, basically. I mean, sí, estoy menso, pero no estoy tan pendejo tampoco, I can't put a fucking sentence together. um, but yeah, that's where we're at. My wife is, thank God, she's doing awesome. Like I said, I'd much rather me be going through this than them. Um, I mean, she does have little things here and there too, but like I said, man, that shit was hurting me. Seeing her go through all that, I'm really happy. It makes me really happy to see her back on her feet. And the kiddos are doing awesome. Ready to go back to school and everything. And yeah, that's where we're at. So thank God, we made it out of this. We made it out of this. I would say, I can't say without a scratch, because there are these symptoms that I don't think should be taken lightly. You know what I mean? Um, because it lets you know, like, that's right. You know what you went through, and by the way, take this with you. So, yeah, I will be dealing with these little symptoms here and there. I don't know. I've heard it takes a while. I've heard it doesn't. I've heard this and I've heard that. That's another fucking thing that fucking frustrates me is that I try to look this shit up and I don't know what to believe. You know, I look it up and while I'm halfway through reading it, okay, I'm not that smart either. I get really bored reading shit that I'm not interested in. But you get my point. Well, I'm reading it and I'm like, wait a minute, this sounds more like an opinion than it does a fact. Where are the facts? What website should I be believing? And of course, my go-to, I tried reading the CDC shit, and oh man, I hope I don't get flagged for this shit. I went to go to those websites, those official websites, but they're so vague. And I'm sitting there, my dumbass is sitting there, trying to read this shit, two, three, four times over, and I'm like, you're not telling me anything clearly. Everything is very, very vague. And I'm just like, okay, so should I go elsewhere? And then I go elsewhere, and then I find something that's kind of like direct, but then I look at the website and it's like, the fuck is this? I've never seen this fucking website. I've never heard of this web. Where is this? What? And then, so I'm like, okay, I can't believe that. So what the fuck do I believe? You know? And, the whole antibodies and the whole this and the whole that. And I don't know. All I know is that I'm alive. I'm grateful. I've heard worse cases in mine. Thankfully, we didn't go through that, even though we did feel, in our own point of view, like we were going to die. We really weren't going to die because we didn't end up in the hospital or anything like that. It's just, it's a horrible feeling. It's a horrible thing to go through. But I got it to the point where I do wish it on my worst enemy, if that makes sense, you know. Because, yeah, I don't know, you know. Anyways, before moving on, and without getting too into it too, I do want to talk about, just so we have something to talk about that we can all relate to, right? I mean, there's a lot of positivity going around with the holidays and stuff, and um, that's all great and stuff. But also, I can't help to notice, and again, I don't know if this is me because of, getting over COVID and stuff. Um, but I wouldn't say that I just noticed this because I think it's always been around. I think I'm just fed up, and like I had said before too, right before getting COVID, I wasn't in a good place mentally, I should say. And I don't know, like I've been I've I've been noticing, it's been standing out. Okay, piece of shit people. Okay, piece of shit people have been standing out in my head. They've been standing out more to me. You know, and I'm not talking about your regular. Okay, let me explain what I mean when I say piece of shit people. Okay, there's people that are like negative. There's people that you start talking negatively about with, and then they add on to it and this. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about piece of shit people. Piece of shit people, like people that seem okay from our point of view, right? From my point of view, people that wake up in the morning, and thinking or saying to themselves, "How can I fuck everybody's day up?" You know, how can I do this? This is my mission. Every day I have to make sure I fuck people's day up somehow, some way. Those piece of shit people, and some of those people that I trip out because some of those people, first of all, that's wrong. You shouldn't be having that type of mentality, you know. But what adds on to it is that some of these piece of shit people have power, have some type of power, you know, and they take advantage of it, and you could tell. And some of these piece of shit people, that I ran into throughout my life, I've learned that you know, this is the only time they have power. When it's given to them like that. Because then when they go home, they're not happy because they're not respected. They're walked all over. You know, they're pissed all over. They're shitted all over. So what do they? They wait till they have some power, and they let out their whole life on you basically, which isn't right. I don't get it. I just don't get it, and I think I'm just fed up with it. I'm fed up, and and even then I wish them the best. I hope they do find happiness, but it's something, that I put them in a fishbowl in my brain, and I'm just trying to figure them out. I'm trying to see where this is coming from, but I think now, like I said, I think I've just had enough. I don't want to even know, because it's just such a waste of time. Like right now, I'm wasting time by talking about piece of shit people, but you might be having not such a good day to where if maybe you're dealing with a piece of shit person and you can relate and we can help each other get over that, because they don't deserve our time, and they don't deserve our space in our brains, like they say it, and, it's gonna sound corny or whatever, but I heard this before where they said, don't let them live rent free in your head, in your brain. And it's true. It's just you know going through this whole COVID thing, I ran into some piece of shit people that that it's like, man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter how you feel. Nothing matters. Piece of shit people are gonna be piece of shit people, no matter what. And it's almost like the shitter you feel, the better they feel. You know what I mean? So the only thing I can see for myself is removing myself from that space as much as I can, and not give up, because that shit has been fucking with me, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's been fucking with me, but never once have I thought, well, fuck that. That seems like the easy way to go. Let me be a piece of shit person too. Sorry, I can't do that, man. I have a conscience. I have kids that look up to me, you know. So it's not a thought, it's so strange to me that I can see these people exist, and think to myself, I can't do that, you know. I don't want to do that, but for some reason they're around, and maybe it's motivation. Maybe, I guess the reason why I'm bringing this up is to see if maybe if I tell you, then I'll just stop thinking about it, because it has been bugging me that I've been giving them so much of my time, my mental time, But no matter what, one thing is true: piece of shit people are always gonna be around. So you just have to learn how to deal with them, which is don't deal with them, which is just ignore them. And I know sometimes that's not even the best thing to do, you know. Um, but you just gotta keep going. Just keep going, and don't focus on that. And the better you do, the more the further behind you can leave them, the better. All right, because in the end, nobody, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but like nobody really cares about what you're going through. Either because they don't want to care, or because they're so busy dealing with their life that they're not even looking at you. You know what I mean? Like before it was like I would think of like, man, well, can't you see? For example, can't you see that I'm sick? Can't you see I'm trying to get over this flu? Can't you see this? And why are they being so such jerks and stuff like that? Where they're going through something, and they're trying to see how to process it, that they're not even looking at you. You know. So that's what I've learned, that like sometimes when I say people don't care, it's because they either don't want to deal with it with you, help you out, whatever, talk it out or whatever, or they're going through their own shit, and they're not even, whatever you're going through, it isn't even a thought for them. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean when I say nobody cares. So that means that that's how, you know, you have to move. This is me talking to me, or talking to you, talking to whoever. That's how you have to move is, all right, figure it out. Let's figure it out. Okay, how do we move? How do we do this? How do we do that? Because don't wait for someone to give you the thumbs up or the green light and stuff. If you're interested in it, then go for it. Knock it out. Try to knock it out, and see how far it takes you. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I you know, the reason why I planned to talk about that here was because it was bugging me, of course, but hopefully me talking about it helps someone out, because it is a very shitty ass feeling, man, and I wouldn't want someone to feel the way I've been feeling. But like I said, it's not my whole day, it's not my whole world, but I'm not gonna lie, it has been fucking with me. I mean, look at how much time I've spent already talking about this shit, which bugs me, man. I've been talking to my wife about it, about stuff here and there, and pobrecita, like I could see in her face sometimes where she's like, "All right, the fuck, what do you want me to do about it? You know what I mean? So I'll shut the fuck up now. Um, the therapy album. The therapy album. It's about to turn 1 year old. Is that how you say it? It's about to turn 1 year old. Yeah, it's about to turn 1 year young, old, whatever. On December 18th. And I've been thinking about it. I haven't really listened to it yet recently, but I've been thinking about this album, and this album is very special to me because this was the project that got the wheels going for me as far as taking this whole music thing serious. Um, it was a process. Looking back on it, I'm like, whoa, this took a while. I think this took like a year, year and a half, maybe two. Yeah, I would just say 2 years, year and a half, whatever. And I remember the process because I wasn't planning on doing an album. I was just planning to clear my head. I had been going through something personally, and I felt myself going down. I don't even know what it was. The only thing I can say looking back on it now is I think I was going into depression. Um, Luckily, it helped me not get depressed, which is, hence the title of the album. This is what helped me, not go into depression. Um, and it just started, the way it usually starts when I start messing with music again. Is let me try it out. Let me go see. Let me go on YouTube. Let me see what where the technology is now. Let me see how much I could do on my own. So I just started going, doing research and stuff like that, and getting beats and all that thing again, which I was kind of used to. Um, but then by that time, I noticed that everything was available now. Like I could do almost everything, and I said, "Whoa, okay, how serious do you want to take it?" All right, well, I've been asking, if only, and if only, and if only, and finally, I did have the resources, or the resources were available to do it, which means get a laptop, get a recording, get a DAW, which is the software to record yourself, get a mic, anything from software to hardware, everything was available, and it was um at a reasonable price. Everything was like, what? It's only this much now. It used to be this much. Oh shit. Okay, well now, you know what I mean. So that's what I mean when I said it got the wheels going, and then the way the album happened was more, well, okay, let me try one song. I'll try one song. So I just wrote, whatever I had going on, and then when I finished that one song, I was like, huh. All right, well, I said I was gonna do a song. Well, I did it. Mm, Maybe I could do another one, and it's almost like I allowed myself to keep on creating, and then it's just finding myself. Okay, where am I? Lyrically, technically, my voice, all this stuff. Learning, trial and error, and in my bedroom, and buying equipment. Okay, this equipment. Okay, I've done the best with this equipment. Now I need to sell this piece to get the next level up. Okay, so I would sell it, and then I would get the next level, and step by step. Um, and then all of a sudden, it turned into something, and I was like, "Whoa, all right, I think we got something going on." And then the whole distribution thing, and I'm like, "Whoa, man, all this stuff is legit." Well, it makes it look legit, and it was something that I didn't want to take for granted again. You know what I mean? So I didn't know what I wanted to do, if that makes sense. And it just turned into what it turned into. Everything came in really easy. Everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. I learned who to go to, who to listen to, who not to listen to, all these different things. And this is the first track here of the album.
Perfect, never claim to be. This is my therapy. Work hard, it's plain to see.
And I mean, later on in the future, when people are, more people are interested, I'll talk more about, more of behind the scenes of this album, because it was very interesting on how everything happened. And so this first track here is, of the Therapy album, is called Therapy. And I don't remember what song came. Oh, you know what? I do remember. All right, so this song came in somewhere, I'd say like in the middle. Um, After going through some beats. Trying to remember everything. Yeah, it was just okay. I want to do, because I don't think I had ever done. Oh yeah, I had done a project before. It's probably still sounds like dog shit. But one of the things I never did on purpose was make a project and then name a track after that project, So this one was like purposely done. Um, and just learning, and listening and giving everybody a listen, and it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And yeah, this album is you know what it is. This album is more for me than anybody else, cause I needed this album, and I still go to this album to help me out. And that's what helped me figure out what I wanted to do with my music is, okay, as long as I like it, as long as I could take something from it, that's what counts, Then of course it has to sound good and everything like that, don't get me wrong, but it has to fulfill my needs at the moment. However I feel at that moment, that's how I'm going to create. Okay, all right. Because that helps my overthinking. I overthink a lot. And I'm trying to get over it. But I overthink a lot, and the music just helps me, focus on one thing, focus on one point. And like I said, this album helped me to learn how to create. Who is Rob D? That's why I start out the song like that. Like, who is Rob D? Like, who are you? What do you do? What are you thinking of? What do you want to tell people? And basically, don't just make a song just for the sole purpose of making a song. Have a point behind it. And if you don't feel like doing it, then don't do it. Because it's gonna come out wrong. It's gonna come out like dog shit. It's gonna come out forced, and I'm gonna be able to tell. And the good thing is that I have a team to where they'll tell me, that's not it, and I'll be like, okay. And that's part of the process of this therapy album too, is that they would tell me that, and I would have to learn how to deal with it. They care about me, so why would they talk shit? Well, they're not talking shit. Okay, so don't take it as in they're talking shit to you. You're asking them, what do you think? They're giving you their feedback. Okay, these people I trust, and I know they care about me, so why would they have any reason to talk shit? They don't. Okay, so get over that. Get that ego out of here. This is about the music. Focus on the music. Make it sound better. Okay, take notes from this person, take notes from this person, take notes from that person. Okay, this. Okay, put it all together. Okay, now you go back, and then you try to fix it. That's why I don't do good with deadlines. Or going over to your studio and creating there. That's not how I work. I need time. And if that's not if we can't create together like that, then it just won't happen, and I'm okay with it. But I will say that I will make it worth it, because if I'm asking for time, I'm not going to take that for granted, because I know the way I would want people to treat me the way I treat them. You know what I mean? So whenever I reach out, and I have it in my head, like, you know what? Take your time. Take your time. Come up with your best. Don't even worry about it. I don't need this next week. I don't need this in 2 weeks. Send it whenever you're gonna send it. That's fine by me. And because I'm the same way. You know what I mean? Um, I the way I create, I just it takes a long time. Or sometimes it doesn't really. But if we're at the studio and you're just staring at me, like, come on, when are you gonna, come on, write something, blow my mind. I'm just like, no, and stop staring at me, and I want to go home. I don't want to do this anymore, and I'm just like that. I don't want pressure on me. I don't work like that. I need to be alone. I need to be alone, or no, yeah, I do need to be alone, and then I'll show you later. But you know, 10 out of 10 times, you know what? Yeah, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times, I won't disappoint. You know what I mean? And that's why I look forward to collaborating and stuff. That's why I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Now this next track, Alert, featuring Accurate. This is the best example I have of the whole. I was done. I was done with the album, but I still didn't know myself as an artist. Well, I mean, I'm still learning, but before, at this point in time, I was scared that I was gonna lose it. I was scared that I was gonna lose the creativity, that I was gonna lose the penmanship, that I was gonna lose the lyricism. I was kind of like, oh, okay, I don't want to start getting fuck. Here comes the fucking fog. Um, um, I don't want to lose. Fuck. I don't want to lose the creativity. Fuck. The fuck was I saying? Um, the I just didn't want to lose it. You know what I mean? So I said, let me just keep going. And that's when I ran into Accurate and all this happened. And like, hey, I'm done with the album. Let's work on something. I like your shit, and I just want to keep on working just to stay busy. And he was like, uh, yeah, for sure, man. Like, let's do this. And I was like, all right, cool. And I think this is one of my favorite tracks that I've done to this day. It's so refreshing. It's so timeless. It picks me up every time I'm feeling down. And the way it happened is just so magical, man. And I don't want to call it a classic because I don't think that's for me to say. But man, just take a listen to it, man, if you haven't. And I can't. This is one of the tracks that I cannot wait to perform live. Oh man, I already know what it's gonna do. You know what I mean? Once people connect with it, we are out of here. And this is the genesis of me and Accurate. Shit. And this helped me learn. This guided the way for me to learn how to work with other people. Yeah. Sorry, I like the song a lot. And then I come in. And, me and Accurate I already talked about how this song was made, so I'm not going to bore you. But, like I said, this is why I'm not worried about not performing right now. because what we're creating, you know, it's gonna live forever. It's gonna sound good when it comes out. It's gonna sound good a year after it comes out. It's gonna sound good 10 years after it comes out. It's gonna sound good forever. So, not to sound cocky or anything, but it's almost like it's not cocky. It's just I'm very confident in the music that we're creating. So you could hear it whenever, and it's gonna sound good. That's the goal. That's what I try to create. And then just the cherry on the top is when you see us perform this shit. It'll fucking blow your minds. I mean, there's no other way to fucking to say it. And but yeah, that was Alert. And man, Alert is so special. And that was the last song that I had created. After I thought I was done with the album. So I reached out to Accurate and I told him, like, let's work on something. I heard it. Then that was the first song that I started learning the whole distribution thing and how everything works and stuff like that. And so we learned a lot about each other, like we had said before, promoting and what do we do. Like this, we started ground zero basically, and I learned a lot from that song. And so after the album is done, I'm learning from this song, and I'm like, I'm starting to what do you call it? Put like the the track list together or whatever. I forgot what it's called. Sorry, but putting what song goes first, what song goes here, what song goes there, and I heard that song and I was like, yeah, this definitely goes on the album. Because it wasn't, the album wasn't released yet. I was done creating it, but now I was like, what do I do now? So, yeah, very special song. Next song is called Stop. This one is, they're all special in their own special way, and I hope you really give the album a listen at least once, because this is another one that it's just special to me, man. This you want to talk about therapy. This is me talking about me, talking about the city, and also talking about my big brother. you know um
Go, I can't stop now. Go, 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 I can't stop now. Go, go.
and it this is another song that also that I learned about myself on how to create.
You see through it. I feel stupid, so I turn to music and it flows like fluid. I wanna get old, that's the goal. Got things to know and places to go. ¿Qué le pasó? Se le cebó. Supposed to grow, but didn't let go. Better isn't easy, trust me, believe me. Rack 'em and bust like some chi-chis here.
And I learned where I wanted to go, where I wanted to see myself, hear myself go as an artist. This song helped me out, helped me do this. And the way I create it also showed me, don't think too much about what you want to create and all that stuff. That falls into the whole overthinking. Just do it. And whatever comes out comes out. I wrote a verse about the city, and I didn't mean to. It's what I had inside of me. And it was frustration, it was empathy, it was all this stuff in one, and the way it came out was just so beautiful, really. And yeah, this song taught me about Rob the artist. That's what I remember. And but yeah, that song right there is called Stop. And this next one here, and I'm giving them in order the way they are in the album, which is, I still can't think of that damn word, but this next song is called Workout, and it's with my daughter. This one is special because the way this one was created, I mean, again, they're all special.
Stay confident and love yourself. And don't change who you are because of somebody else.
Excuse me. The way this song was created was very special because this is me and my daughter were going to boxing classes, and I wanted to put her in boxing, but she had asked. No, she didn't ask. I told her, I'll put you in boxing classes and I'll go in with you, and she said okay. So this time was very special to us. It's a very daddy-daughter time. So she would get out of school, I would get out of work, we would go drive, we'd have our me time, our us time, and we would just talk and talk, how was our day, this and that. We'd get into class, she would struggle, I would struggle too, but then we would leave, we'd leave refreshed, and then it's like our bond got tighter, and then we'd go home, and then that was it. So that little time right there was very special to us. And at the one of the times that we were heading over to that class, I was playing beats. I was playing beats because I was like, okay, still working on the music thing, and I had used a different beat. I didn't know about the whole free beats on YouTube really aren't free, or that you're not allowed to use them. But we clicked on the beat, and I told her, hey, look, what if you say this, and then I'll say this, and then we just started, singing along, and I was like, I like this, I like where this is going, and so yeah, that was the seed that was planted to make this song. Later on, I found out that I couldn't use the beat, so luckily we found this one that is as close as you can get to the original, if you want to call it, and she okayed it, and that was the only thing in my head. I'm like, as long as she okays it, because I know how much she likes this song, and yeah, she okayed it. She said, you know what, it doesn't sound like the other beat, but it's okay. And I was like, all right, cool. So that was Workout featuring Haley. And also my son too. Idris is in there too at the growling at the beginning, and I think he says something at the end too. This next song is called Zip Codes. Get it up here. By the time I made this song, I kind of it was after Stop, so I already knew not to put any pressure on myself. Okay, what do I mean by that? I mean that I did not think of making a song about my city. It just happened. And it kept on coming, and it's a very unique point of view. It is mostly about me, dealing with my job, not really wanting to do what I do, but understanding that that's how I have to provide. Part of my job is to be driving around the whole city, so I thought that's a cool way to involve the city too. But give it a listen if you haven't listened to it. It's a very interesting point of view. And again, I didn't even think of doing this. It just, one day I just started writing, and this is what came out. And obviously, I was feeling a certain way, and it flowed out very, very nicely. I'm really proud of this song too. And I forgot who told me. Someone had told me that they can actually hear this song on the radio, and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna hold my breath. I know most of stuff with local artists. I can definitely picture them playing our shit on the radio. But what is the radio now?
drives through Yarborough, drives through
The radio
Charleston,
isn't what
Carolina
the
Park
radio
where the
was.
skateboards pound.
It doesn't
Gotta
have that
switch
much
it up
value
and
anymore.
go up north.
The radio is more for like big, big, big artists already that have already gone through everything. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't care much about the radio, but I see what they mean. Hopefully, when you do listen to it, you understand what they mean too. It's very um, radio friendly, and I am not that, So that's pretty cool to hear someone say like, "Hey man, I could actually hear this on the radio." So, but again, that's not how I create. So I'll go ahead and just show you guys the first 5 songs of the album, and then next week we'll keep on celebrating the therapy album by showing you the other 5. But before I let you guys go, I would really like to thank everybody that has supported by listening to the album, or spreading the word, sharing the post, anything really, even liking. I know I make fun of liking and commenting and stuff like that, but it's more of the whole vanity. It's more like from my point of view. You know what I mean? um, I don't really expect anything from doing all that stuff, but when people do it, towards me, like, I really am grateful for all that, because like I had said on last episode, this is the goal, to be able to provide for my family doing this, which is basically whatever the fuck I want to do, but give you quality, and so to know that someone liked, whatever that means, a post or a song or a video or whatever, someone had, took the time to actually comment and let me know, like, hey, this is cool, or whatever. Don't think I take it, with a grain of salt. It's very big, but in today's world, you can't live off of that either. So I appreciate everyone that does, share and comment and like and all that stuff. But for my mental health, I cannot feed off of that, And I know you know what I mean. I'm just having trouble finding the words here. But I am very grateful for when people do let me know that they like the stuff, you know what I mean? And like I said, the only thing we have left to do is perform. I think that is a crucial part of this whole music thing. But I don't see it happening anytime soon for me, which I know I'm probably hurting my career by doing that. But I think my health comes first, and that is more prominent thought now, having this whole COVID thing, because hey, you know, you never know when you're gonna get it, if you're gonna get it. This thing started a while back ago, and I just got it. So, y eso que me cuido yo. I don't go out that much unless I have to. Um, you know, I don't even go to shows, and I feel bad because it's like the only way you can show support to fellow artists is by going to their shows. But, all it took was that one show for me to go to, and I looked around and I was like, man, nobody's wearing a mask. Nobody's, which I'm not expecting everybody to do whatever I think either. It's just I'm looking at the scenery and I'm just like, nope, back to the bat cave. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to expose myself, like, but this is just my point of view. Again, like I said, the episode with Accurate, I give everybody props that's sharpening up, everybody, even the artists that I don't know that I've seen, you know, but everybody, we just got to figure this shit out and support one another. Hopefully, in the near future, I'll have some guests on here, and again, I gotta find a way to support other artists besides, going to their shows, because more than likely I'm not gonna go, and again, it's only because this fucking disease is around, but we have to find a way to keep the wheels going. There has to be other ways of supporting artists and stuff like that, and hopefully by you know, listening and subscribing, and spreading the word and stuff like that, maybe that'll be we can actually grow this into something where, oh, okay, this is how we support too. There's other podcasts around in this city too where I can see, and they have guests on, and they support each other or whatever. So this is just another means of doing that. I want to have you on, and I want to let you know that you're dope, that I appreciate you, that I like your shit, and shit, if we can work together, let's fucking work together. And that way, when the time comes and the smoke settles and it's time for us to fucking hit that stage, we blow everybody's fucking brain out, you know, and make this music do what it's supposed to do for us. And I'm very confident that when the time comes, that's exactly what's going to happen. And I'll let you guys go with that thought. And again, thank you guys for everything. You know, there's more coming. There's always more coming. There's always us working. There's always something in the works. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in yet again. And I'll drop this shit whenever the fuck I want to. All right? Bye, guys.